Hi, let me guide you through APA referencing, the 7th edition of the APA Citation and Referencing Manual. It is important to provide the correct information in the reference list so that readers can get the information that they require. At the end of this session, I hope you'll be able to write references for books, journals, theses, edited book, and online sources, and to be able to use the information that you learn to figure out how to write references for other kinds of materials you come across. APA uses italics, but I use underline in my slides so that you can see it more clearly. First, I go through the general rules before I proceed to the specific rules. Number 1, put in the reference list only those sources that are cited in the write-up. Nothing more, nothing less. Number 2, arrange the references in alphabetical order. Number 3, use hanging indent of ½ inch from the left, meaning the first line is longer, second line is shorter, indented. Number 4, use the surname and initials for the first name and make sure that the spelling of the names are the same in the reference list and in the citations. Number 5, remember to use a comma before the ampersand sign or before the word and before the last author. The last author could be the second author, could be author number 3, number 4, but there is always an ampersand sign before the end. Number 6, do not capitalize all words in the title of the journal paper or the title of the book. Only the first word and proper nouns are to be capitalized. Number 7, if an author has 2 or more publications in the same year, use A for the first one that is cited and B for the second citation. In the example here, WHO 2020A is the first one that is cited and refers to the article on coronavirus disease, COVID-19. The 2020B is the second WHO article that is cited and it refers to the Director General's opening remarks. So we use A and B for according to the order in which the citations appear in the paper. Number 8, use the last name and the first or the middle initials for all authors, up to 20 authors. This is something special for the 7th edition. If there are 20 authors, all 20 authors' names are listed. If there are 30 authors, the names are listed until number 19, and then ellipsis is used, ... and then the author number 30, as you can see in the sample in the white box. Number 9, for multiple articles by the same author, list the articles in chronological order. Jerome and Ting 2017, Jerome and Ting 2019, Jerome and Ting 2021, from the oldest to the most recent. And now for the specific rules for 5 kinds of sources. Firstly, reference for a book. Look at the pink box here. The authors are McDavid, R.A., and Eckhor McDavid, S. R.A. is actually Richard A., but we do not put in the first name. This is followed by the year in bracket. And the title of the book. We underline it. No capital letters except for the first word. And the publisher. In APA 7th edition, the publisher location is not needed. Try to write a reference for a book and check the answer here. Next, number 2, reference for a journal paper. Now, the information needed for a journal paper is more than that required for a book. We need the name of the journal, we need the volume number and the issue. In this example here, issues in language studies, 10, bracket 2. Volume 10 here means the journal is 10 years old. And Bracket 2 here shows issue number 2. A journal may have 3 or 4 issues in the year. Issue number 2 means it is the second issue of the year. On the other hand, certain journals only publish articles once a year. In this case, there is no information provided on the issue. Here is an example of how we reference a journal article. Look at the green box. Muhammad Shukri, AS. We include initials only. Even for Malay names, we use the father's name as the surname, the year, the title of the journal paper. Only then we put in the name of the journal, which is Intellectual Discourse, followed by the volume number, and both are underlined, and the underline finishes here. Bracket 2 for the issue number, this is not underlined, followed by the page number 171 to 195, no underline. APA does not use colon or PP, just comma followed by the page number. Write the reference for this journal paper and then check it with the answer. Thirdly, reference for a thesis. Most theses are unpublished. When students submit to the university, it is kept in the library. So the way to reference an unpublished doctoral dissertation is like this. The name of the student, the year, the title of the thesis, followed by unpublished doctoral dissertation in square brackets, and the name of the university follows. If it is a master's thesis, we say unpublished master's thesis, master's apostrophe S. But if the thesis is published and is put in a database, the referencing is more complicated, as you can see in this example here. The publication number needs to be given. And now in the square bracket, we have the doctoral dissertation, comma, the name of the university, close the square bracket, and then the database. Next, reference for an edited book. This is very, very difficult, and I need you to pay special attention because an edited book is different from an ordinary book where there are only the names of the authors on the cover and they wrote everything in the book. But in an edited book, usually for research purposes, you will find the names of the editors on the cover. And when you look at the table of contents and the chapters, you will find that each chapter is written by a different group of authors. And we need to pay attention to the names of the authors and the page numbers of that chapter that we are referencing. Look at this example here. The book title is English Language Education in Southeast Asia, Problems and Possibilities. And the editors, there are 3. And now let's say we are going to reference chapter 2 by Ng Boon Sing. This is Malaysian Chinese way of writing the surname. The surname is Ng. Okay, so look at the pink box here. We start with the chapter 2 that we are interested in, that we are referencing. So we start with the writer's name, Ng, BS, bracket, 2007. Then the chapter 2 title, Literariness in the Unexpected. Can it find its way into the English language classroom in Singapore? Now, the next part that follows, I have put in pink. We put the editor's name in R. Tupas, S. Pillai, and R. Nair. Pay attention that for the editors, we put the initials before their surnames. But for the author, it's always the surname first, followed by the initials. Okay, after the editor's name, we put in bracket EDS, full stop. If one editor only, ED, full stop, close the bracket. Comma, remember the comma here. Then put the book title, the one you see on the cover of the book. This is in pink. This is supposed to be underlined. Okay, then put in bracket the chapter pages 12 to 29. You can see 12 is the beginning of chapter 2, 30 is the beginning of chapter 3. So of course it ends on 29. And you're supposed to be able to see that it ends on 29 because we are actually reading chapter 2 to reference materials from there. Finally, the publisher name is there. No publisher location is needed. Write the reference for an edited chapter and check the answer here. Okay, finally, reference for online sources. If the author's name and year are available, use the information. This magazine article written by Anthony Lane is referenced as Lane, A, full stop, bracket 2016, May 23rd. The month comes before the date. Title, Daring Duels. Magazine, New Yorker, underlined. Okay, this is very important. After that, you put the HTTP because it is an online article. Next, if there is no author's name, but an organization name is available, then treat the organization as the author. The example here, Bureau of International Organization Affairs. Remember the full stop here, even though it is the full name. And then the year, full stop. And then the title of the report, followed by US Department of State. This is the bigger department. The bureau is within it. But in certain cases, there's only the government department there, and there is no second name. So we use only one, omit the mention of the second. Now, lastly, what if there are no publication year? This is considered a non-dated article. Well, you can say there, you can see 1999 to 2016. Well, that's not a publication year because it is the whole range. So in your paper, you can cite the first few words of the title. Look at the red bracket there. Online friendship, N full stop, D full stop for non-dated. We just can take the first few words. Of course, we cannot take just the word online because it's hanging. Now, in the reference list, we need to put the full title: online friendship, networking, matchmaking, romance, love, and dating, non-dated, N full stop, D full stop. TV Smith, underline this, retrieved March 30, 2021 from, put the month first, March, and then 30, and then comma, and then the year. Please pay attention to this. Now, write the reference for this non-dated online article and check your answer here. All right, so I hope that I have given you some clear ideas on referencing rules. When we drive, we follow rules on the road. When we write academic papers, we follow citation and referencing rules. A good researcher has an eye for details, so I hope you are able to pay attention to all the necessary details to produce a perfect reference list.